Good evening, everyone. It's Mr. MTV. Today, I'm going to just briefly be talking about the games coming up. It's game week 19. The games are coming thick and fast. You literally can't catch your breath. Last week, some controversial games, some shocking results, and yeah, I'm just going to be going through them. So starting off the first game, Liverpool versus Brentford away. Liverpool travelled to West London to play against Brentford. Last week, last couple of days, because literally Liverpool are playing in a couple of hours. I filmed this video on Monday. Liverpool versus Brentford. Last game, Liverpool beat Leicester City 2-1. What a game that was. You'll never see a game like that. Two own goals by the same player. I believe his name was Face. Face. I'm not too sure who the lad was, but he scored two own goals and he had an absolute nightmare, costing Leicester the game. Liverpool were fortunate. I still think Liverpool are not good. They're not that team, that complete team. Maybe Diego Jota and Diaz being absent has caused them harm, but I'm not impressed by Liverpool whatsoever, and I'm expecting more from them. Obviously, they're still in the Champions League, so I do expect just a little bit more from them. Leicester could have nicked something out of the game. Harvey Barnes hit the bar. Yeah, Liverpool not convincing at all, and we'll see what they can do tonight. As for Brentford, they come into this game after a 2-0 win against West Ham in the London derby. Brentford looked good, but they suffered a crucial injury to Ivan Toney, so I think that will hinder the rest of this season, just depending on how long he's injured for. Ivan Toney is a really important player. Brentford need a player like that in their team. Predictions for that game, I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Like I said, I'm not impressed by Liverpool whatsoever. They're getting the job done, but I'm just not impressed by them on the pitch. So yeah, I'll go for a 2-2 draw. Next up, first game tomorrow on Tuesday, Arsenal versus Newcastle. What a game. I'll be tuning into that game. Absolutely bang on. First versus third. First versus third. Top game that is going to be. Newcastle have had a brilliant season. Obviously, last game they were a bit disappointing. I watched that game against Leeds. They just couldn't seem to find that goal. Defensively, they're solid as always. Newcastle are a tough team to beat, and Arsenal going to have a tough game against Newcastle. But it's at the Emirates. I think Arsenal will have the crowd with them. Arsenal coming off a win against Brighton. A tough win, I'd say. Yeah, tough win. At one moment in the game when Brighton scored an offside goal, it seemed like Arsenal were going to let the game slip. But yeah, Arsenal are getting the job done. They are going about their business, top of the league. Yeah, Arsenal on top of the moon right now. Absolutely, Arsenal are loving life. Everton versus Brighton. Now Everton come into this game after an amazing draw against the league holders, Manchester City, a team that whenever you go to the Etihad, most of the time for teams like Everton is just not concede six, just not concede five. But no, they were defensively good. I thought Frank Lampard was organised, and they just had that one moment of brilliance from Demarai Gray, which sealed the deal for them. And now they're up against Brighton, a good Brighton side, but a Brighton side that are coming into this game after a defeat against Arsenal. But I still think Brighton played well. I still think they're a good side within the top 10. They are definitely a top 10 side. But yeah, that game is at Goodison Park. I'm going for a 2-1 Brighton win. I still think Brighton should get the job done. I think McAllister should be back. Yeah, 2-1 Brighton win. Next up, Leicester versus Fulham. Now, Leicester City still haven't won a game. Still haven't won a game since the restart from the World Cup. They lost to Newcastle at home, and then they lost to Liverpool away. Like I said, the game against Liverpool was absolutely one of those games where I didn't think Leicester did too much wrong. They played really well, but individual moments cost them the game. So I think they'll find a win somehow against Fulham. I'm expecting it's at King Power, so I would go with a 3-2 Leicester win. Yeah, a lot of goals in this game. 3-2 Leicester win. Next up, Manchester United versus Bournemouth. So far, we've won our last three games in a row. To be honest with you, Fulham before the World Cup start, Nottingham Forest when we resumed, and away to Wolves. That was a crucial win. That one for the top four race. And you never know. You never know. We might still be in a title race. You never know. Manchester United are doing good. They're getting the job done. Scruffy wins. But there's only one negative, in my opinion. It's the fact that I don't like how Harry Maguire's been treated in the past weeks. I think losing his place to Luke Shaw, that's going to absolutely knock his confidence down. Losing your as a centre back, losing your place to a left back, I think is going to be pretty tough. I think Harry Maguire leaving in the January transfer window. I mean, there's no reason for him to stay whatsoever. Ten Hag clearly doesn't fancy him. It's one of those where I think you just have to try and find a new club. And if he does stay, I hope he does get more minutes than what he's getting. I just want to touch on that Harry Maguire incident, and I think he's been mistreated rather unfairly because it should have been a clean start after the World Cup. He was impressive for England, but yeah, I think it's something the manager sees that we don't. Bournemouth, their last game was against Crystal Palace. They lost 2-0. What can we expect from them? Well, if we were playing at Bournemouth, then maybe I would have said it would be a tough game in their little ground. But no, it's at Old Trafford. I think we should get the job done and a comfortable 2-0 win. On Wednesday, Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. Now, Southampton come into this game after a defeat against Fulham 2-1, and Nottingham Forest come into this game after an amazing draw against Chelsea. I think if Nottingham Forest were able to play all their games at the City ground, they would stay up. They will 100% stay up. Their ground is an absolute fortress for teams that come and play against them. It's an absolute nightmare. Their fans are always up for it. They seem to get the job done. And yeah, Nottingham Forest, but I mean, you can't play every game at home, but if they could, Nottingham Forest would definitely 100% stay up in the league. Leeds United versus West Ham United. Leeds come into this round after a impressive draw at St George's Park. A hard place, a tough place to go. The Geordies are always up for it. They're always ready for games like these. But Leeds grinded a result. The goalkeeper was excellent. Defensively, they were solid. And yeah, they grinded out a result, and I don't think you can expect anything more from Leeds United playing against an absolutely stunning Newcastle side. West Ham coming to this game after the defeat in the London derby, and it's not looking good. David Moyes seems to be in big trouble, and I would be surprised if he's still in a job in the next coming weeks if these results continue, because West Ham are not looking good whatsoever. And yeah, David Moyes, you will feel for him if he loses his job after the brilliant season he's had last season, but they've dropped off massively, West Ham, and maybe it's time for a change. Aston Villa versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves come into this game, obviously, after a defeat against Manchester United. I didn't think they were too bad in that game, but they just can't keep a clean sheet to save their lives. That's it. Wolverhampton are just defensively, their record is just shocking this season. Maybe they should have sold Connor Cody. I still believe that they should have kept him. But yeah, they're going to face the consequences, and I think the consequences may be going down to the Championship. Aston Villa beat Tottenham. What a win that was. They didn't even have their number one choice goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, and they still got the job done. Tottenham were dreadful. I watched that game, and Tottenham, oh my God, you've got to bleach your eyes before you watch a Tottenham game. They are shocking. How are they in the Champions League? I will never know. And how are Manchester United not? this thing's beyond me. Crystal Palace versus Spurs, the last game on Wednesday. Like what I said, Crystal Palace come into this game after a win against Bournemouth last round, and Tottenham coming into this game after a shocking performance against Aston Villa. Yeah, what more do you want me to say? It's at Selhurst Park, so yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I'm going for a 3-2 Crystal Palace win in that one for sure. I think Tottenham, yeah, massive changes have to be done at that club. They're not looking good at all. Last game of this round on Thursday, Manchester City versus Chelsea. League holders Manchester City come into this game after an upsetting draw versus Everton. I'm sure Pep will be absolutely fuming, and he's going to take it all out on Graham Potter. Graham Potter not doing well, to be honest. That game against Nottingham Forest, I watched it. How did they not win that game? It's beyond me. Chelsea look absolutely dreadful. It looks like, yeah, nothing's happening. When Chelsea got possession of the ball, they're not doing anything with it. They're not creating, even though they've got so many stars. Christian Pulisic, Kai Havertz, Raheem Sterling, Jorginho, to name a few. But yeah, it's just not working somehow. They just can't seem to click. And yeah, they need an out-and-out striker. Aubameyang came on. He still couldn't get the job done. Yeah, it's not looking good for Chelsea whatsoever. Currently 8th in the league. Yeah, you worry for Chelsea. If they don't get Champions League football, will Graham Potter be given the chance? We know how Chelsea operate. If you don't get the results, the door's that way, mate. So I really hope Graham Potter can get things right and in the coming weeks get something out of those Chelsea players. Yep, that's my predictions for Game Week 19. I've been Mr. MTV. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm just getting used to this YouTube thing. I'm absolutely nowhere near good enough so far, but I'm trying. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time, I'll see you later. I'm over and out.